It's Sunday, January 18th, 2026, and a significant snowstorm is currently impacting the eastern side of the United States. This winter weather is bringing a mix of snow, ice, and freezing rain to the northeastern regions, while areas further south are experiencing a wintry mix reaching as far down as Pensacola, Florida. However, the real concern is what's coming as we move on into later this week. We could see freezing rain and heavy snow affecting regions from Texas all the way to northern Alabama. So in today's forecast, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know about the winter storms that are set to impact the United States. And I want to begin with our precipitation type, as this is how we can view all of the precipitation that is going to be happening over the United States over the next sort of 7 to 10 days. But I want to go ahead and apologize in the beginning, like right now, as this video is not edited other than the intro and outro. So just know that everything in between is not edited. So if I mess up, I apologize. I can't get that part out. But yeah, let's go ahead and begin with right now, which is, by the time y'all are seeing this, would probably be moving on into Monday, close to moving on into Monday around my time. But we'll just go ahead and start off with Monday at about 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. So this is what things are looking like right now. Sort of some snow in areas like Colorado, Montana, Wyoming. The more amount of snow is in the northeastern parts of the United States. But earlier this morning, we actually had snow as far south as Pensacola, Florida, as we had some snow flurries all the way down into Pensacola, Florida, like I was talking about. Um, but yeah, again, as we move on into later on Monday, we have some more snow start to pop up on the Colorado-Kansas border. And some snow continues to stay over Michigan, which is where snow normally occurs. And then as we move on into Tuesday, some snow starts to come down. But I really want to look at, as we move on into Friday, like Sunday and Monday. All right, so talk too much. So as we move on into Texas and the Oklahoma Panhandle, we have this sort of snow start to accumulate up in the southern parts of Kansas into the northern parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle, which is meeting with this rain and is what is causing freezing rain. Now, as we move on into Saturday and into Sunday, this freezing rain begins to take over the south, like Arkansas, Texas, around Wichita in Texas, as well as areas like Florence and Huntsville, Alabama, Tupelo, Mississippi, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and areas like that could be receiving some freezing rain. And then around the Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth area in Texas. And this continues to sort of move all the way off the south coast. But we continue to see freezing rain in Texas all the way until about Monday, next Monday on January 26th, which could get some people out of school, honestly, in southern parts of Texas. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to look at on this. Now, if we go ahead and switch over to the European model, okay. If we go ahead and take a look at our European model, which is more favorable, I will say, if you're wanting a bunch of snow, if you're in Oklahoma. But if we go ahead and take a look at the European model, like again around Saturday, some freezing rain continues to sort of pick up. But if you want to get out of school on Monday, you should be rooting for the European model. If you want me to be honest with you, as we could be receiving a insane amount of freezing rain around the same areas as the GFS model showed. It's just a different model run, and so yeah. But yeah, I would really definitely root for the European model if you're wanting to get out of school on Monday. Um, but let's go ahead and go over to our total snowfall rate. This is in inches. So starting off right now, a whole bunch of snow on the eastern coast, as well as parts of Michigan. I don't know what just happened in my room, but something blew up. Not really, but it sounded like it. So like I said, this is the GFS model of the total snowfall that we could be seeing in the system that I was talking about, the freezing rain. So as we move on into Friday, if you look at Oklahoma, which I'll go ahead and zoom in on here, snow really starts to form up in Oklahoma as we move on into Friday, January 23rd, around 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Which this could be bringing a whole bunch of snow to areas just north of Norman, Oklahoma, as well as parts of eastern Oklahoma. And as we move on into like Pine Bluff, Arkansas, let's see, Memphis, Tennessee, I believe, areas like Tupelo, Mississippi, and into parts of Florence, Muscle Shoals, I think that's what it is, Huntsville, and areas like that in Alabama. As well as into parts of what's it called? I don't know. Areas in Georgia, northern Georgia, as well as parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, and Oklahoma and Arkansas will be receiving the most out of this system. But as we move all the way on into, I don't even know here, as we move all the way on into February 3rd, this is the total snowfall for the South. And then we could be receiving, let me go ahead and turn on my cursor readouts here. Let's just go ahead and just take a moment to look at all the snow right here. 109 inches of snow up to February 3rd in like the Pacific Northwest. 109, 88, 62, 36, 50, 73, 84. That's a whole lot of snow, especially into the Washington areas. Now, the Oklahoma Norman area will be receiving 7 to 8 inches of snow, while areas like North Carolina could be receiving 8, 6, 10, stuff like that. But let's go ahead and take a look at the European model for this system, or for the total snowfall rates. So we head on into Tuesday, Friday. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the. I gotta turn off my cursor readouts. So if we go ahead and take a look at Oklahoma, some snow starts to build up as we move on into Friday, January 3rd, which it only goes till Saturday, January 24th, unlike the GFS model, which goes up to February 3rd. But this is all the snow that we could be seeing up to January 24th. In those areas. So yeah, you can click right here, I believe. Yes, you can click right here to subscribe to the channel that I go live on. You can click right here to subscribe to the channel that I just post videos on. You can click right here to watch my latest video. Today we just did a little live stream of winter storm coverage. Huge shout out to Dylan Motley, otherwise known as Moderate Motley on YouTube, for letting me use his feed. Make sure to go ahead and go subscribe to him. I am not going to be posting every day. I will only post whenever I feel there is the need to post. And I just want to go ahead and say that I'm not going to be one of those clickbaity YouTubers anymore. I'm going to turn this channel into, like, instead of it being like a huge weather pattern change is coming, I'm going to like go over what is going to be important actually, and whenever you all need to know that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.